Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We welcome you, whatever time and wherever in the world you are listening. We are pleased you have found us. You are now listening to Inside the Bunghole, a podcast taking you on a journey through wine. Together, we will learn more about this wonderful elixir of life. So raise your glass to welcome your hosts and partners in wine, Pam and James. You are now Inside the Bunghole.
Welcome, everybody. We're Inside the Bunghole, and we are here with a very, very special guest. We are here with Remi Cohen from Domaine Carneros.
There you go.
The premier, the best, so amazing to have you with us. Thank you for coming.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
So where are you guys located at?
We are located at the gateway to wine country in Napa Valley in the Carneros wine region. So Carneros is the only wine region that spans the south end of Napa and Sonoma counties because our terroir is more, do I get the bell wrong? Is more similar to each other than they are to their respective northern counterparts within the county. So we are located in Carneros, and that's why we are named Domaine Carneros.
Well, I do like the fact you said terroir because you think that's a very European, it's only in France, but Californians and everyone's using that. They're claiming that too, huh?
Yeah, I think it's a great way to say how the influence of the climate and the geology and the people all interface to create wine. And I think terroir is a really great word that you can use to encapsulate all of those interactions.
It almost doesn't have a direct translation. It's just like it's where it is and everything about what makes where it is.
And it sounds sexy.
It sounds smart. That's what I like.
What's glad about that? Now, what about terroir?
Your background, I know you came in at a rough time, probably during COVID. Was it 2020 or 20?
Yes.
I mean, right?
Yes.
And the changing of the guard.
Yes.
And you worked here before, earlier.
I never worked at Domaine Carneros, but I worked in the Carneros wine region in the beginning of my career. So I am a Jersey girl who moved out to California to go to UC Berkeley. And when I graduated, I discovered the program at UC Davis to study viticulture and enology and jumped right on board. Loved going to school there and immediately moved to Napa and worked in viticulture. So I spent the early part of my career doing the grape growing and the farming operations for wineries. I've spent my entire career working for family-owned, estate-grown wineries. So very specific career, all based in Napa Valley, family-owned, estate-grown. And so I had worked in Carneros at Saintsbury Winery, Bouchain, Starmont, Maryvale. And then I took a tour up to Stag's Leap for a while, and I was the director of winemaking and COO for Cliff Lady Vineyards up in Stag's Leap District. I saw you have a bunch of poetry boxes here at La Fe. So thank you for that, and great wines. And then I took over as CEO at Domaine Carneros in 2020, as you mentioned, during the pandemic. And it was a meaningful changing of the guard because legendary, iconic Eileen Crane was the founding winemaker, former CEO, and she had been there since the founding of the winery in 1987.
I was going to mention her. Big shoes to fill. Amazing. I mean, she was even in the process of, the blueprints of the building and the construction. She was there from the get-go.
She was.
So what was it like? And I'm sure she was holding your hand or still there on speed dial for you?
She is on speed dial, but we did not overlap at all technically. So she actually got to retire and we didn't overlap. But one thing that was really special was, unfortunately for her, her first year of retirement was the pandemic, so she couldn't go anywhere. So Zach and I invited her to come and do the blends with us. And so I had the opportunity to taste with her every day for like a month and a half while we made the 2020 blends, which was a really amazing experience for me. Zach had worked with her, Zach Miller's our sparkling winemaker, and he had worked with her since 2008, but I didn't have any overlap with her. So it was really special to have that time.
Especially because it was during the pandemic and you probably were not interrupted. You probably had like undivided attention.
Yes. So it was really great. And that was a really special time. And we became friends. And so she is there as a resource for me and as a friend. And she was definitely rooting for me when the Tattingers were choosing her successor.
What do you think makes her amazing to you?
I think she's just unwaveringly dedicated to making the best sparkling wine she possibly can. And, she's inspired by champagne. Her father was in World War II, and one of the traditions he brought back from his time in Europe was to drink wine on Sundays. And champagne was always her favorite. And she thought, I'd love to make champagne, but I don't speak French, so I'll have to make sparkling wine. So that's when she moved to Napa. And at the time, there weren't a lot of women winemakers. And so initially, they wouldn't really let her in the cellar. She worked at Domaine Chandon as a tour guide, eventually made her way into the cellar, became their assistant winemaker. And then she built Gloria Ferrer Winery from the ground up. So by the time she met the Tattinger family, she had a ton of experience making traditional method sparkling wine and had built a winery from the ground up.
Crazy. And do you have experience in France too with wineries or just California?
I've never worked outside of Napa Valley. I've traveled many times to other wine regions, but my entire career has been focused very specifically on Napa. My friend Rebecca Weinberg said it on a podcast the other day that I heard her talking about it. Somebody asked her, who do you think knows more about wine, winemakers or sommeliers? And she said, well, winemakers know a lot about their spot, their region, their vineyards, and the process of the winemaking, but sommeliers have like such a...
And the sommeliers are book smart, where you guys are, feet on the ground. Root rot.
And this is most important of all business,
Although now that's interesting to see so many sommeliers opening, wine bars, wine retail stores, or even wineries and getting into wine producing too. So there's definitely a lot of crossover and everyone's, got their own.
I think everybody loves the grape. Yes. I am so excited that you are here. I love champagne.
What does it link? What is Zach Miller's role in your operation?
He's our head winemaker. So he oversees all of the production of the wine. He's been with the winery since 2008. And he's just an amazing, very focused on sparkling wine for his whole career. Amazing guy, really great vibe, great attitude, and also somebody who's super dedicated to making the best traditional method sparkling wine that we can do in California.
Do you think people need to get educated more, or is there still a struggle with champagne and sparkling wine? You know what I mean? It's like if someone said, brought a wonderful, like your sparkling wine over, they go, oh, it's not champagne. Oh,
Yeah, I think that barrier is lessening, every day. And one of the things that's particularly challenging about sparkling wine in the U.S. is that it's not necessarily regionally focused. Right. Like I mentioned earlier that I used to work for a winery in Stags Leap District, and the Stags Leap District has a marketing association that is organized to promote Stags Leap District wines. If you go to Champagne, they have the Comité de Champagne, and there is a marketing organization dedicated to producing and marketing the Champagne region. Well, sparkling wine producers domestically are not necessarily regionally located. A lot of champagne producers source from the Carneros, sparkling wine producers in California source from the Carneros region where we're located, but not necessarily exclusively. And so some of them source from, coastal Sonoma County. Some of them are in Central Coast. And so I think the thing that does unify us is that, especially the best quality is that it's coastal produced. But right. We don't have these regional marketing associations. So I mentioned, earlier today, I was talking to some people about how we've gotten together with some other producers that have a similar history to us that are considered sort of the great producers in California. And we do events together to show the quality of sparkling wine and the evolution over the last 40 years, which, it's still a younger industry if you compare it to champagne. So, but it's grown a lot in the last 40 years or so. You think some of the the first real producer in Napa to produce sparkling wine, Schaumburg, in the 60s. And then in the 70s, you started getting the French investment in the region with Chandon, and we were started in the 80s by the Tattingers.
And what do you think is that the barrier? Okay, if, with
Champagne,
wine
France,
was-
Champagne, France.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Yes, exactly. It's like it's one region in France, but I mean,
yeah.
it's like my wine is superior to their wine. Or as far as the taste or the this or the that, and I'm wondering if it's like almost like the bottle shock where there has to be something where it's like, sparkling one.
Right.
Well, so as a producer from Napa Valley or from the Carneros region, I believe in the Champenois' desire to protect their name.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we don't want people that grow grapes in China or India or Texas or even New York, to put the name Carneros on their label or to put the name Napa Valley on their label.
Yeah.
So do respect that, and support the fact that the Champenois need to protect this name that they've built for their region over all of these years.
Yes.
And so, I understand why they want to protect that.
Yes, but well, you guys are doing the better that your sparkling wines are, the more people are gonna, say, why am I spending the extra for a name for a region in France when this I like better?
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to personal preference. I mean, I still drink a lot of champagne.
Yeah.
And I love champagne. But
What do you think?
There's a space for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people have different preferences and different styles, and they have allegiances to different brands. And so, I think that there's an opportunity for people to fall in love with a brand or fall in love with a region.
You've got a couple of masters. You're very well educated. You're a somm. Tell me about what are your what are you doing?
Yeah, I think I might have told you that I moved to California from New Jersey to go to UC Berkeley, and I was on a kind of a pre-med track at the time, but I discovered that UC Davis had the program for viticulture and enology, and I just knew immediately that that was the right fit for me. And so I went there, studied viticulture and enology, the study of the science of grape growing and winemaking, and got my master's there. And then started working in the wine industry, fell in love, but did decide that it would be a good idea to go back and get an MBA. So I went and got an MBA so I could do more business,
Yes.
as Herman was saying. And then we were talking earlier about how sommeliers have such a great broad perspective of the wine industry and global winemaking. And so I did go through the certified sommelier, the basic entry level, so that I could at least have good conversational knowledge of wines around the whole world.
You just like to go to school.
So let's speak business. What is happening in the wine business in your perspective right now? And I mean, not just in a quick, broad way.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's been a challenging few years for the wine business, and there seems to be a reset happening. There was a long period of proliferation of wineries, proliferation of brands, and now I think we're going through a kind of supply and demand correction, and that's good, I think, for the consumer in the sense that the wines that will remain are the wines that speak to the current modern consumer. So it's going to be tough for some brands, but for those that are working hard and thinking strategically and relating to multiple generations and making great products and creating cool experiences will do really well. So I think there's a lot of opportunity right now, and it's a good time to stay positive, even though it's been challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Well, your champagne, your sparkling
wine.
I know. Sure makes it. We were talking about it. It's such a happy drink.
It is. Can I throw one thing? You just went by pairing, excellent pairing. You could pair this with anything.
That's true.
Fried chicken.
Oh,
Yes.
one of the best pairings.
Any French fries.
Another
Yes,
So it's not just
champagne
caviar.
goes- sparkling goes with everything.
I agree.
And this is a wonderful, wonderful. I read the notes on this on the taste, and I loved some of the things like
Hazelnut was one.
Hazelnut was one. And tell me about this product yourself. What do you think about? Because we're drinking the Brut.
This is the 2022 vintage Brut from Domaine Carneros. It's a blend from our estate vineyard, so we grow our own grapes in the Carneros region, and this is about a 50-50 blend of Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. I mentioned earlier, we age our wine for a minimum of 3 years in the bottle.
3 years.
This wine, and that's in line with the French regulations. So vintage dated champagne is aged for 3 years in the bottle. That's not a requirement in California or in the US, but we choose to do that because we believe it's a hallmark of quality. So it's got beautiful, vibrant acidity, fruit from our beautiful estate vineyards. It's got some nice creaminess and complexity from the extended aging on the lees. And as you all mentioned, it is a very versatile for food pairing. You can drink it on its own, or you can pretty much
burger.
drink it with anything. Yes.
I have another quick question, and then we're going to talk about how to get a hold of you.
Okay.
So, do you want to take a break and then?
Yes.
Okay, we'll take a quick break and we'll be back to wrap it up.
If you want to know more about Inside the Bunghole, join us on all our social media platforms. You can get a revisit and view all the latest posts, giveaways, and information on this podcast. Simply search Inside the Bunghole on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. We would love to hear from you. Or you can email us at insidethebunghole@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in, and visit our website at insidethebunghole.buzzsprout.com, where you can always find our latest podcast and past episodes. Cheers!
Okay, we're back. I have a goofy ass question because I am full of them. There's the one bottle is embossed.
Yes,
Is-
Rev, the
And-
dream. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that, because I know most like Chateauneuf de pops are.
I was trying to look it up,
embossed.
and it kept talking about in the bunt, the little numbers. I'm like, no,
That's not what I'm looking for.
I'm not looking for, and I couldn't put my finger on it.
So a technical term for that is the cartouche, or you could call it an emblem. But that was actually a special gift from the Tattinger family. So the Tattingers make a beautiful wine I mentioned earlier, one of my inspiration wines, the Comte de Champagne. It's 100% Chardonnay, a Blanc de Blanc from their Tête de Cuvée Grand Cru vineyards. And the Tattingers had asked Eileen to make a Tête de Cuvée in the same style, 100% Chardonnay, a Blanc de Blanc from the best vineyards with extended aging. And she made a few prototypes. And when they had the opportunity to try the 1992 base wine as a gift and to commemorate the first vintage of bottling of that wine, they sent back this custom mold with the cartouche of the ram's head. So Carneros means ram meat. It was a sheep grazing area back in the day. And so it's an emblem that we use to commemorate the Domaine Carneros and the honoring of Tattinger for the creation of Le Rêve, which is named after their dream of having a California winery come true.
Do the Tattinger kids ever come by the property?
Yeah, and they come here and promote their own wines here in the U.S. and get to meet customers and fans and come to cool wine events.
Would they be grandkids or great grandkids, or how many generations?
They're the fourth generation.
Fourth generation.
Yeah, so Vitaly Tattinger, she's the president, and Clovis, her brother, he is like global sales and operations, and the two of them are running the winery now. They took over from their father in just the last 5 years or so.
They know their stuff.
They do.
They know
The family.
Well, you do.
An incredible family.
Well, it is. I mean,
And it's so cool that everybody respects each other.
Yeah.
So how does one, besides going to aren't you on the Napa train stop also?
We are not.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
But we are right on the gateway to wine country, so we are a great first stop when you get into
Yes.
town.
What better way? What
And-
better way to celebrate?
In a beautiful winery. It's one of the best wineries I've been
I
to.
looked at it on the internet.
So how do we get a hold of you? Domaine?
DomaineCarneros.com.
you go.
Come check it out. You can see our wine selection, learn about the history, our sustainability, learn about our different programs. We've got lots of fun, different tasting experiences, and we'd love to have you. And in the meantime, you can go to your local wine bar like La Fay and drink up.
And we will be. We will be. Oh, by the way, you're breaking our dry January. We were doing dry.
Same.
Oh, good.
Cheers!
It's almost February.
Yeah. Almost. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me.
If you want to know more about Inside the Bunghole, join us on all our social media platforms. You can get a revisit and view all the latest posts, giveaways, and information on this podcast. Simply search Inside the Bunghole on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. We would love to hear from you. Or you can email us at insidethebunghole@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in, and visit our website at insidethebunghole.buzzsprout.com, where you can always find our latest podcast and past episodes. Cheers!